Jamie had been feeling lost for months. After the accident that took his parents away, he felt like he was drifting through life without purpose. The only anchor he had was his younger sister, Lily, who needed him now more than ever, but every day seemed like an uphill climb. He didn't know how much more he could take. One cold evening, while sitting in the dimly lit hospital room watching Lily sleep, Jamie was approached by Dr. Harris. "Jamie, we have a potential match for Lily's bone marrow transplant," Dr. Harris said with a hopeful glint in his eye. Jamie's heart skipped a beat, but he tried to remain composed. "Who is it?" he asked. Dr. Harris smiled gently. "It's you, Jamie. You're her match." The relief that washed over Jamie was indescribable. However, it was quickly replaced by anxiety. Could he go through with this? The thought of needles and the surgical procedure terrified him, yet, looking at Lily's frail form, he knew he had to do it. The following days were a whirlwind of tests and consultations. The doctors ensured Jamie understood the risks, but his resolve grew stronger. For once, Jamie felt like he had a purpose. He was needed. The night before the procedure, Jamie couldn't sleep. He found himself staring at a picture of his parents. He could almost hear his mother's soothing voice, telling him he was stronger than he believed, and his father's reassuring grip on his shoulder. As the first light of dawn crept into the room, Jamie took a deep breath. "I can do this," he whispered to himself. The hospital staff were kind and comforting as they prepped him for the procedure. Dr. Harris gave him a reassuring nod as they wheeled him into the operating room. Hours later, Jamie woke up in recovery. Everything felt hazy, but the overwhelming sense of relief was real. He did it. He had given Lily a fighting chance. Days turned into weeks, and Lily's condition began to improve. With every passing day, color came back to her cheeks, and Jamie could see the spark returning to her eyes. One afternoon, as Jamie sat beside Lily's bed, she squeezed his hand and looked up at him with a weak smile. "Thank you, Jamie," she whispered. Tears welled up in his eyes. "You're the reason I keep going, Lil. You are my anchor." As they sat there, hand in hand, Jamie realized that the only positive thing in his life right now had come from within him, his blood type.